Central East team event started with a surprise as CrossFit Maven won Team Jackie. Expected frontrunners, CrossFit New Albany and CrossFit Grandview took second and third behind them. Going into the overhead squats, CrossFit Naptown's women put up a top weight of 175 pounds. With a combined 92 burpee muscle-ups, they finished the day in first overall. CrossFit New Albany looks to send another team to the games this year. Their second-place Jackie and a tie for second in the overhead squats puts them in second overall. Team Jacked and Tan from CrossFit K-Town stepped up their game in the overhead squats, winning with a max lift of 265 pounds, taking that event and rounding out the day in third overall. Coming off a knee injury last year, former Games competitor Lindsay Smith took first in Event 1, separating herself from the pack with unbroken pull-ups.
I had knee surgery this year. It worked a ton on upper body, so I felt really confident in the pull-ups, much more so than I would have in years past. So I just tried to kind of feed off that a little bit.
Smith stood toe-to-toe with Nicole Holcomb on the overhead squat event. Each put up 190 pounds 3 times. The event, though, was won by Julianne Broadbent with 2 reps at 195. Jolene Grant's burpee muscle-up time of 5:43 wasn't quite enough to get her an event record, but it did win her the event. But at the end of the day, Jennifer Smith's 4th in Jackie, 4th in the overhead squats, and 3rd in the burpee muscle-ups earned her a first place overall for the day. Lindsay Smith and Julianne Broadbent take 2nd and 3rd with a first place finish each. The men's event in Central East was a showdown from the very first event and did not disappoint. Less than 0.6 of a second separated the top 5 men in the opening event, but it was Joe Weigel who hit the mat first. Dan Bailey in second, and tying for third were former Games competitors Graham Holmberg and Scott Panchik. The overhead squats set former 2-time Games champion Rich Froning apart. He hit 315 once before dropping the bar and moving on to the burpee muscle-ups. The champ won that event too and beat an event record. His time of 4:10.8 set him firmly at the top of the leaderboard. If there are 2 events that are hard to win, it would be these 2 shoulder workouts.
Luckily I've been blessed with strong shoulders, so that kind of helps. It was like go for the record on the overhead squat or just play it smart. The burpee muscle up, at first, it's like, do you want to go too fast or do you want to wait or, pace it through and try not to fall off? A lot of those guys started out real fast and then they fell off at the end. So I was just trying to maintain.
10 seconds, the new world record.
In second is Scott Panchik. He remains only 2 points ahead, though, of Graham Holmberg, Dan Bailey, and Gerald Sasser, who are all tied for 3rd overall.